Okay, this is my 8th video under this graph lesson. Right, next problem number 7. Equation y equal 4 minus x into x minus 2. Y equal 4 minus x into x minus 2. So I won't read full question. The graph equation is given. Table. Next, copy this table. X is minus 2 to plus 4. The boundaries or the values for x. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the y values are x minus 2, y minus 4. X minus 1, y 1. X 0, y 4. x1, y dash blank. x2, y4. x3, y1. x4, y minus 4. So complete the table and stop the video. First fill the blank. Always one blank in any final papers. 1 marks for that. So properly substitute x4 1. Find the y value. So when you draw the graph, table is important. If you miss the value, different answer. You can't raise in all level. Only one graph clearly at once you'll draw. You can't raise many times. You can't use tipex. You can't use any other mode. To draw by pencil, the graphs always, constructions, graphs, geometrical problems are using this pencil. Don't use pen. So if x is 1, y equal 4 minus 1, 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2. Now simplify your simple primary class work. Substitute and get the answer. Y equal, don't say 4 minus 1, 1. Here 4 minus 1, 3. Multiple is first. 4, here 1. Bracket means multiplication. 1 minus 2, minus 1. So y equal 4 minus multiple minus plus. 1 multiple 1, 1. So what is that? 5. So when x is 1, y is 5. If you say a different value, if you say minus 5, and draw and check. If you say, for example, 4 minus 1 is 3 into minus 1. If you say minus 3, 4 minus 1 is 3. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. With multiplication, and draw and check. Different, you can't see how this diagram, different shape. So the table is important. Y is 5. So if you follow my video, I said, after complete the table, spend few seconds to view the table of y. See, y value is minus 4, minus 4. 1, 1, 4, 4. Always y symmetric. Therefore, without drawing, we can answer some questions here. See, these are the symmetric parts. Both sides same. That become the symmetric. Symmetric x equal 1. How does graph? Max or min? Maximum or minimum? I said my first video. In front x into x square. In front of x square minus. The graph is maximum. The previous question also I worked maximum graph. So here what the maximum value? 5. Maximum becomes 5. Without drawing, you'll practice that like this. Without drawing, by viewing the table, you're able to answer some symmetric equation. But the maximum value, where the graph cut the x-axis, like that. Okay, now stop the video and prepare the graph sheet to draw proper this maximum curve. Don't draw small, take the full sheet. See, this is the graph type. Full sheet you take, don't draw small, no marks for that. Up to now you have 1 marks, 1 blank in whatever scheme marking, 1 marks. So they will give some instruction to draw properly. Here they say using the scale of 10 small divisions as 1 unit along the x-axis, also y draw. That is to get the full shape, that's why. So how about these values? When x is minus 2, y is minus 4. X minus 2, y the last lower point minus 4. X minus 1, y plus 1. X0, y 4. X1, y 5. X2, y 4. X3, y 1. X4, y minus 4. So take a pencil and draw a smooth curve. This is the maximum parabolic shape. This is my 7th question. This is also just my 8th video under parabolic curve. So we will work many questions. Then when you're familiar with that, easily you can answer your future O-level exam problem. So actually first question, fill the blank. Second problem, draw the graph, right? So I take the first now. Write this first question. Find the range of values of x. Find the range of values of x for which y decreasing and minus 4 less than y less than or equal 1. Minus 4 less than y and less than or equal 1. This is important part. We work many ranges. There are different types of ranges. But if you study properly the concept, the idea of the range question, no matter whatever question you can answer. So here we are, they ask, mostly question they ask the range of the x. Give the x values, x coordinates from where to where. So here they give 2 instructions. Find the range of x, y is decreasing. See where, so very first video, that's why it's saying always properly listen or watch my all videos 1 to number. This is 8th video. Then you can get full knowledge of this parabolic shape, full marks. So earlier, very first video, I gave so many general properties, ranges of a quadratic function. See also, every parabola has 4 ranges. Of this part, here, function mean y value, functions mean y value, graph means find the y value. Here y minus 4, y minus 3, y minus 2, y minus 1. Here negatively increasing, here positively increasing. Here what happened? 5, here y4, y3, y2, y1, positively decreasing, here negatively decreasing. Every graph has 4 ranges. So here they ask find the range of x, y is decreasing. Where y decreasing part? Here they don't mention positive, negative. Generally decrease. So where y decrease is part. See y decreasing part, y decreasing portion that side. That is one instruction. Also y should be minus 4 to plus 1. See minus 4 to plus 1. So where minus 4? See y minus 4 here. Y minus 4 here to plus 1. So that there are the red range between 1 and minus 4. Between 1 and minus 4. Not only decrease, if they ask decreasing mean, there's a problem, complex. Write the range of x where function decreasing. So starts at 1, where decreasing starts at 1. But 1 to where? You can't get a other boundary. If they ask, not this question, if they ask write the range of x where y decreasing only. So decreasing starts, x is 1. and decrease, 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 decrease. It's go up to beyond, we call in mathematics, pure maths, minus infinity. You can't bound that, you can't bound that, limited that. So that is not, that's a wrong part. That's why they ask other also, not only decreasing, but also between 1 and minus 4. Between 1 and minus 4. y1 and minus 4 boundary. So you find the decreasing section, decreasing side, decreasing section or part or that range, when y becomes 1 to minus 4, yeah, what happened? Y increase, no? Minus 4, y more, less than 1. So here they shown the equal symbol also here, right? So what the x boundary is, see this line cuts the graph here, here down, this one, and y comes down to minus 4, it cuts here, so is it 4? So very important part, properly study, they can ask similar idea in the future questions. Not only drawing graph is over, you have to answer other parts also. So y plus 1, y minus 4, the two vertical horizontal line I drawn, see where it cuts. So it starts at 3, x starts at 3 and finish at this 4, between 3 and 4, between 3 and 4. So when y is 1, x is 3, y is 1, x is 3, when y is minus 4, x is 4, okay. So when we write the inequality pattern, give the small to large ascending order. So when y is 1, y is 3, sorry, when y is 1, x is 3, when y is minus 4, x is 4. So therefore the graph is decreasing also in this boundary, x ranges comes like this. Between 3 and 4 only, y goes plus 1 to minus 4. But see, they are equal symbol to 1. They put a equal symbol to 1. Therefore, y1 means x is 3. For that, you write the equal. That also important. Small dash or the small line also you have offering marks. You have marks. So don't miss that to give properly. Don't put the both equal symbol. Here only y1. When y is 1 only, they put an equal symbol. That is x is 3. So carefully learn this part. Take the idea of the range. Then no matter, you can answer any type of range. Right, next part. Second part. Suppose that, suppose that the given function, suppose that the given function is written in the form y equal minus into x minus p all things square plus q. Y equal minus into x minus p all things square plus q. Indicate the point p comma q within bracket the coordinates. Indicate the point p comma q as m, capital letter M on the graph, as M on the graph. See, they're all simple questions. So here I not ask write the symmetric equation, write the maximum value or minimum value. Everything we worked many in the previous last videos, last questions. So here, if the given equation, this given equation of this graph shown this pattern. So those who learn properly the concept or idea of these parabolic shapes, very first video I explained many type of such. Also we work one of your book questions too. So what is this pattern called? Completing square pattern. Completing square pattern. Why there's a minus? Maximum curve in front of x square graph. Minus come, graph is maximum. So every completing square form of the graph equation, you can find quickly what is symmetric, what is the maximum or minimum value. Therefore here what is P? Symmetric. If you make the bracket to 0, if you make the bracket to 0, x equal P, minus P that side plus P. So that's symmetric equation. The P is the symmetry, that is here 1. In this question, this graph, x is 1 the symmetry. What is maximum? 5. So Q. So P and Q are what? Actually maximum point coordinate. That's why they put M sign, M symbol. Maximum, M for maximum. So you mark that point on the graph. This is M. That's the question. So if you stop the video and go through my previous, then you'll get full knowledge of such part. Without drawing, you're able to say what is maximum, what is minimum, or where the graph cut the x-axis. So that is the M point. Right, next part 3. Using the graph, find the positive value of x. Find the positive value of x. Find the positive value of x such that x square minus 2x equal 4. Such that x square minus 2x equal 4. That's the question. So what do you mean? Solving. We work many, I said. Every parabolic graph question, one part comes solve a quadratic equation using the graph, not any other method. Using the graph, find this answer. You know quadratic has 2 solutions. Both can be positive, both negative, or either plus and minus. But here they ask find the positive answer only. So another chance to learn. I think my second video I shown best question. So many equation I solved quadratics by using graphs. So here how to solve such a quadratic equation. What the graph you drawn, take that as the number 1 main equation, and this is second, and solve that pair of. Always I said when solving the graph, what is important, remove the x square. Try to remove the x square. After solving no x squares, always remove the x square by adding or subtracting whatever simultaneous equation knowledge. You will derive a straight line pattern. So here is the graph we drawn. Y equal 4 minus x into x minus 2. That is my first equation. But I rearrange little bit because there is no x square. So multiple the x and rearrange. Y equal 4 minus multiply by x. X into x square minus into minus plus 2x. Okay, that, right? Y equal 4 minus x into x square plus 2x. So what is y equal, write in general pattern of the quadratic function ax square plus bx plus c form. Here minus x square plus 2x plus 4. This is, I said, my first equation. That is first equation. That's the drawn graph equation. Now what did they ask to solve? X square minus 2x equal 4. Second equation. Say second equation. Now take an idea how we solve this. Solving quadratic equation problems. try to remove the x square by any method, by substitute or arriving a conclusion, by observing properly, get an equation of a straight line. So here I think I can put 4. What is 4? 4 is this. Easy method. Substitute for 4. Put 4 for this thing. The idea, remove the x square. So 1, 2, here y minus x square plus 2x minus x square plus 2x. Connect the 1, 2. Here y equal minus x square plus 2x plus, what is 4? Like this. 4 is this. X square minus 2x. So see whether the x square removed out or eliminated. Yeah, minus x square plus x square cancel. 2x to minus 2 is 0. So any method you solve, try improve that way. So finally become a straight line, any form, y equal mx pattern or y equal mx plus c or this. So y equal 0. What is y equal 0? X-axis. X-axis. So therefore, what is the solution? Where this parabolic shape cuts the graphs at 2 points, there's the positive value only, right? Therefore this is dance 3 point something. So x equal 3 point. If you draw properly, you can see in your graph it just becomes 3.2 or 3. If the actual scheme answer 3.2, they will give 3.3 marks, excuse, full marks. If the actual scheme answer 3.2, 3.1 also we have marks. 1 decimal above, 1 decimal less, plus or minus, up and down. But if you say 3.5, you was wrong. So therefore take accurate value. Try to take approximate accurate chance. Okay, so the question here I can ask for this. Also you can see in my previous problem, I think 6th question I asked, if you transform somewhere that side or this side, transform 3 units negative side, positive side, and transform by 180 degrees. Practice that. You write your own, you prepare questions for that. If this above graph transformed 3 units along the negative direction of the x side, but the equation of the graph. Try to answer, you can see my previous video. Or this graph transform 180, what happened? It's become minimum graph, write the equation, like you practice. Okay, so you see another question. That's my 8th one. For that I take from your book, in your local text part 2 book, you can see page 52. Page 52 already we answer for a minimum curves the same type. Without sketch, page 52, the question number 3. Without sketching the graph, write the following things. Nature of the graph, equation of symmetry, max or minimum value, last part, coordinate of the turning point, coordinate of the turning point. Already mentioned one of the video, you can see for the, that's for minimum curve. So this is by experience. We have good experience. Now we work many 7 big questions, I think. You can answer this by experience, the shapes. What is nature of a graph mean? Graph is a maximum shape or minimum. Symmetric, you know. Maximum value, you know. Coordinate, you know. So they give some plenty of equations. So first part, y equal x minus 2 x plus 3. Okay, important study how to answer such type. You can refer your page 52 in the part 2 book, graph chapter. Y equal x minus 2 x plus 3. This is without drawing, right? You can check this doubt. These days you are free now. You can draw and check whether it's correct for all these 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So to answer such a problem, it's easy if you draw, if you rearrange the equation into a completing square pattern. This is easy. But here it's not completing square pattern. But this pattern I called in the very first video. But this pattern called intersection pattern. This is intersection pattern. I will show all the method. So what the nature? This, if you draw this graph, x into x, x square, positive x square, therefore graph is minimum, right? In front of x square, positive comes, remember that, minimum graph. See, equation of the symmetry. Here that's difficult because we don't have the graph. They say without drawing. Also we don't have this a completing square pattern. So there's 2 chances to work that part. You rearrange and make this into completing square pattern. That I hope you know. Earlier I worked many questions. Or otherwise, I work first video number 1, my video number 1. Roughly sketch this and you can calculate also. Say this. It's a minimum graph. Behind it's cut the x-axis. If you put y for 0, x equal to, x equal minus, this is a quadratic equation, a grade 10 maths. If 2 bracket equal to 0, find 2 solution. So x equal minus 3. See, another idea. Quickly you can roughly draw a shape and you can find where the graph cut the x-axis. Like minus 3 and plus 2. So what is symmetric mean? Right half. Right half is the symmetric. So somewhere here origin, think like somewhere here origin somewhere here. So totally 5 centimeters, 5 units, totally 5 units. So what is half means? 2.5. That means from here increase 2.5 or from here decrease 2.5. Okay, understand? From here increase goes totally 5, here 2 centimeters or 2 units, here 3 units, totally 5 units. So right half is the symmetric, no? So 5 divided by 2, 2.5. So find that 5 divided by 2, 2.5. So here decreasing 2.5 or here increasing 2.5. So symmetric equation x equal, if I take from that side, minus 3 adding 2.5, or that minus 0.5 or minus half. Symmetric equation minus half, right? Symmetric equation minus half. Now write the maximum or minimum value. Maximum or minimum value. That also a problem here because no use of graph. Also not in the form of the completing square. So I show the same method. So if you have good experience of drawing graph, every x-axis of the symmetric, its y value is the minimum or maximum. Here the symmetric somewhere here is the x coordinate. No, its y value gives you the symmetric. Everything I showed in the very first video, roughly I Mark those. So you know x is minus half. X is minus half. What is y? We find. For that, substitute here. Substitute and get the answer. X is minus half. So if x equal, you can say decimal or better, fraction better, minus half. Now put here, y equal x4 minus half minus 2, minus half minus 2, x4 minus half plus 3. Now simplify. So y equal, what is minus half minus 2? Minus half minus 2, minus 2 and half. Minus half plus 3, minus half plus 3, plus 2 and half. Both multiplication. Yes, you know the mixed fraction improperly. Minus 5 over 2, minus 5 over 2, sorry, plus 5 over 2. So what is that? Minus 25 over 4. That is 6 quarter, 6 quarter. 6 quarter minus 6 quarter is the minimum value. This is one method I am showing, because I not shown this method earlier. One of video I shown, here more work of that. So what you mentioned, minimum graph, therefore minimum value is minus 6 quarter, minus 6 quarter. After knowing the x coordinate, substitute, find the y coordinate. At last, turning point. So if you have good experience, what is coordinate mean? X value and the y value. So no doubt, x equal minus half, y equal minus 6 quarter, minus half comma minus 6 quarter, minus half comma minus 6 quarter are the answers. So if you feel this is difficult to answer in this manner, I can show the other method also. So write method 2. Method 2. So if they give this completing square is the best method actually. By view you can work everything. Therefore spend few steps to rearrange this completing square form. If you learn, that's in quadratic equation chapter. We have so many parts complete square. So see that y equal, remember this is the intersection pattern of the graph. Here you can quickly say where the graph cut the two x values. Multiple x into x square plus 3, multiple the brackets. Multiple the brackets. So y equal x square plus 3x minus 2x plus 1x minus 6. This is intersection pattern of the graph. This is what? General form of the graph. Y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Now you show as a completing square. See that method. Y equal, write this x. Here the coefficient is 1. Coefficient of the x is 1. Write the half of that. See one of my video I explained clearly. And completing square. Then what happens if we expand this is a plus b all things square. Square of the x available. Multiple both and double. Then 1x available. And square of the half. What is square of the half? Half into half, 1 over 4. Here no 1 over 4. Therefore subtract the 1 over 4. Always this type of complete square, what is here? Subtract its square. If it's 3, subtract 9. If it's 5, subtract 25. If it's 1 over 4, subtract 1 over 16. So you have subtract this. And minus 6. See therefore y equal x plus half all things square minus quarter minus 6, minus quarter minus 6, minus 6 quarter. This is very useful to answer all these parts quickly. Now for symmetric equation, so minimum graph. Symmetric, make the bracket to 0, make the bracket to 0, x equal minus half. This gives you the minimum value and you have the coordinate. Practice that. I take another question, problem number 2 of that. Y equal x minus 4, x minus 1. X minus 4, x minus 1. So answer is all 4 parts, nature of the function, symmetric equation, maximum or minimum, and turning point. So as I mentioned 2 methods, now you connect any method and follow. If you doubt, final chance. Third method is what? By drawing a graph, finding these values. But they ask is a paper 1 type without drawing the graph. So I think I show this is in under completing square method better. Quick than the other one. So, but there's only intersection. This is the intersection where the graph cuts. Where the graph cuts the x-axis. If we put y for 0, cut at plus 4 and plus 1. So quickly you are able to say this is the x-axis. Graph cuts at 1, 4. Then you know the symmetric axis also. If you follow that method. I follow the quadratic completing square. Y equal x into xx square minus 4x x into xx square minus 1x plus 4. So what is that? Y equal x square minus 5x plus 4. This is the standard form of the graph equation. Now I'll show to completing. You can study that also, because in quadratic equation chapter and the big 10 marks question I try to show in the next videos of. I will give many videos in order, proper exam style question, exam chapter, the exam questions I'm showing in my video. So please subscribe these and tick the bell symbol, then you will receive many my old videos. So what is y equal, write the x, study how to write the complete square method, write the minus. If it's 5, write the half, and completing square. So next what happened, if we expand additional term, extra term, 25 over 4, then subtract that 25 over 4 and here plus 4. So y equal x minus 5 over 2 all things square. Simplify this, 4, 16. Minus 25 plus 16. Minus 25 plus 16 over 4. So what is that? Minus 9 over 4. Minus 9 over 4. Is it? That's enough. Then give all these parts. First part, okay, minimum graph. Without drawing, question is what? Without drawing the graph, answer the following. Nature of the graph, equation of the symmetry, maximum or minimum, coordinates of the turning point. So here what the nature? Minimum graph, no doubt minimum, because in front of x square positive minimum, right? What is symmetric equation? How to find? Make this bracket to 0. Make this bracket to 0. So x minus 5 over 2 0. Not need square. Not need square. Bracket only enough. So therefore what is x? 5 over 2 or 2.5, right? Symmetric equation x equal 2.5. Maximum or minimum? We said minimum. So what the minimum value is? Symmetric is the x coordinate. There's the minimum value minus 904. Okay, minus 904. So what the coordinate? 5 over 2 comma minus 9 over 4. To answer such a part, you need the huge big the good experience, then only you can see quickly, otherwise confused. So if you follow all these earlier videos, I worked from foundation, basic to advanced, all the types of expectation, the future papers. So it's the case, right? I take another problem from that bookwork. I explain now the third part. Y equal minus x square minus 6x minus 5. See another important minus there in front of the x square. Therefore the graph is maximum. No doubt graph is maximum. So nature of the graph is maximum. Nature of the graph is maximum, no doubt, because in front of x square minus maximum. Now we say equation of the symmetric. So this should be changed into the convert to what? Completing square method. Then only it's clear, right? Completing square method. So very important because there's in front of x square minus. So there's a way how to write the completing square. A more completing square comes in the quadratic equation chapter. Okay, see this. When writing the completing square, note that this is very important. In front of x square should be a positive 1. In front of x square should be the positive 1. If it's come different value, you have to avoid or you have to remove that by some simplified form. Make this in front of x square positive 1. Therefore, I take the minus out. X square minus taken out, then plus 6x. Here minus taken out, plus 5. Okay, very important. See, identify, study properly, clearly, important. Take the minus out. Now y equal, here a minus. So minus gives here what? Graph is maximum. Now inside follow earlier things, how to complete square. Write the x plus, if it's 6 half 3 completing square, then what happen if you expand, binomial expansion, a plus b all things square, a square multiple both and double, 3 square 9, here no 9, subtract 9 and plus 5. So y equal minus x plus 3 all things square minus 9 plus 5, what is that? Minus 4. Up to this important, right? For example, if it's 3 there, see, plus 3 available, take the 3 out, and rearrange. I will show in another video, so I to show one question like that. Now finally, multiply the minus symbol inside the bracket. Minus into x plus 3 square minus plus 4. This is the important part to answer such a problem easily. Otherwise, method I shown. That's difficult here because no intersection form. If true bracket form, you can quickly say where the graph cuts the x coordinates. Here you can't say quickly, that's like the earlier parts. Here the best form is completing. There are 3 forms of graph: general form, intersection form, completing square form. That's one of the part they ask in exam. So for best knowledge, refer my I think first or second video. Okay, now answer this. So no doubt the graph is maximum. What is symmetric equation? Make the bracket to 0. Make the bracket to 0, no matter minus or plus, right? Bracket to 0. X plus 3 to 0, no matter about the squares, right? Bracket only enough. So what is the answer? X equal minus 3. Symmetric equation, x equal minus 3. So we mentioned the graph is maximum. So what is the maximum value? The last number, plus 4, plus 4. So what is the coordinate? X is minus 3, comma, plus 4. If you doubt, you draw and check. You prepare a table, some values minus 2 to plus 4 like that, and find the y value, draw and check. You can get same answers as this. So practice, always practice my methods and do some school text questions. I will show some more typical frequently expecting. We have questions, many problems I can show expecting the exam papers. If you continually touch with my videos, link with my video, you can get some more knowledge, more sections, more questions.